Why you dey buy fake product, yeah? Make you dey careful.
We have power to prosecute, to go to court. We have power to convict people. Those people who are doing bad, if you let us know, we'll take care of them.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
The disturbing power situation has necessitated the need for this transfer device used by many to switch over from one source of power to another. It's an important product that should be handled with care because it's a life-endangering device. Like every good product, the changeover switch has been cloned or faked by some unscrupulous importers. We shall tell you all you need to know about this very important electrical device and why you should use only standard changeover. State coordinators of the SON in Nigeria's North Central region examine impacts of their services with special focus on how to enhance their operational efficiency in line with the mandates of the SON. A very good evening to you, our esteemed viewers and proud consumers to Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety. My name is Halimot Osifo. Thanks for being there. I'll be back shortly.
I want a situation where in the future, when you see a son person, either in your market or in your shop or on the street, you bring him close to you and say, welcome, come, beer, let's talk. Because it's your brother, it's your friend. But I cannot be your brother if you don't know I'm interested in protecting you. Like they say, Onyewete, son, with Rando.
Welcome to the world of standard and quality, where we offer you information on product safety and quality. The program is Standard and You.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Welcome back, and we begin the program by telling you that SON's coordinators in the North Central region of the country met last week to appraise their performance and activities as part of strategic measures to deliver excellent service to Nigerians in that part of the country. The meeting was at the instance of the regional coordinator, Engineer Albert Wilberforce. Here are details of that meeting.
These SON state coordinators in the North Central region of Nigeria converged on the agency's FCT office in Gudu, where they examined their activities over the years. The forum was a platform for the coordinators to identify implementation gaps, challenges and prospects on the job. The whole idea was to explore ways of achieving organizational goals in their respective states, as clearly stated by the regional coordinator, Engineer Albert Wilberforce.
As a fallout of the management retreat that took place in Calabar some few months ago under the leadership of the DG, he reeled out his visions and missions and the things he would want the management to work on so that he can be able to achieve his goals and targets. And so I, being a regional coordinator that was opportune to be part of the management retreat, had some takeaways that I would want to share with the state coordinators under the North Central region so that we can work together and meet those targets. And specifically, as the mandate of the organization is, we want to work to make sure that most, if not all, of the manufacturing sectors in Nigeria, their products are certified to the requirement of the Nigeria Industrial Standard. And even though Nigeria is also an import-dependent country mostly, we want to make sure that some of the products that will find their way into the hinterland from the ports and borders, we also go after them to make sure that they comply to the Nigeria Industrial Standard requirement. DG has the wish and desire that the Nigerian market and the Nigerian people, will have value for their money, and every product, either imported or manufactured locally, meets the Nigerian Industrial Standard requirement. And so he has zero tolerance for substandard products, and being the foot soldiers on the field, it is expected that we are the ones that will enforce, and the credit and glory goes to the DG and to the benefits of the Nigerian people generally. So basically we are here to, chart a way forward to set our target and our roadmap with which we will be able to accomplish the wish and desire of the DG and meet the target of the Standards Organization of Nigeria.
The meeting also examined the importance of developing competent human resource, promote consumer confidence, as well as strive to attain global competitiveness for made-in-Nigeria products. These, is said, can be achieved through standardization and quality assurance. For the state coordinators, the meeting was a noble initiative which they all agreed provided them the opportunity to share ideas and useful suggestions needed to enhance their operations.
To review our activities and then address our challenges to improving on what we've been doing so that we'll effectively and efficiently implement the mandate of the organization.
Total commitment to the mandates given to us. I want to see the leadership driving us as state coordinators to be able to give back to the organization what is expected of us.
They expressed gratitude to the DG of the agency and assured management of their commitment to efficient and effective service delivery.
The program you're watching is Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety. Now to our big story. It's an electrical device that we all have in our homes. It is used to transfer from one source of electricity to another. It's popularly known by many as the changeover. Did you know that the device is a life-endangering product? Did you know that it's dangerous to misuse the changeover? Did you also know that there are substandard changeover in Nigeria? In this report, we shall tell you all you need to know about the electrical transfer switch.
That was a power generating set, otherwise known in the country as generator. It's one of the sources of power in Nigeria. For those who can afford it, the solar inverter is another source of electricity supply. Consumers of electricity in the country get their supply from any of these devices depending on the one they can afford. Over the years, consumers now rely in any or two, or in some cases, the three sources of electricity supply, which has necessitated the use of what is today known as the changeover switch.
When you are changing over from one supply to the other, you can see this is the live part that will contact with this other part. So the usual and the most challenging is either this live part is not pure copper or pure conducting material, or the other legs of conducting parts inside are not, again, of quality. Again, in addition, the screws too are very important because, of course, once it's in operation, the screws will be conducting. So if the screws are of materials that can get heated up easily, of course, it will affect all the contact points.
The changeover switch is a system or device used to transfer from one source of electricity supply to another. Investigations reveal that there's been complaints from consumers over the quality of the product. Ifeanyi Okafor is a consumer. He told Standard and You that it's hard to replace his changeover too often.
In a month now, I bought this twice now. And you can see it's not up to a month now. You can see everything. You can see it's melting now. So I have to change it again now. I have to change it right now.
So what happens? So you say sometimes it sparks,
sometimes it sparks. You may be inside now. Before you notice, you just see fire burning out from it. I don't know what caused it because I don't know about it.
Charles is another consumer who expressed worry over the frequency at which the device malfunctions.
I do have issues about my changeover sometimes. I don't know whether it's because of the load I have in it or whether it's because of this, I'm not getting the original one for myself. But whenever I want to change over from NEPA to the generator, when I got there, I see it burns, or sometimes I see it sparks, or sometimes I want to change from NEPA generator to NEPA, I see the same way too. So that's what I experienced in my changeover.
These consumers are among thousands of Nigerians who have had to contend with substandard changeover in the country.
My sister, this one now, making 11 I don't buy now. Immediately I on now, once them bring light, changeover, small time I don't burn. So when I look for better one, when I give us. Anyone will give better name, may they buy, when I give us. I started, how much would they make for this drink? Where would they sell? Small money, go make money finish. Changeover, go collect them. I saw that they collect money for our hand.
11 times, how many?
This year now, under 6 months now, I don't change them like 11 times.
When I first bought the one I had before, within 3 or 4 months, I discovered that when you change over, it does not connect. It was as if it was touching somewhere, and over time, it started sparking. And it was a bit dangerous because this is a gym, a karate gym, that we have a lot of equipment. So somebody else came to help us change it and got us a bigger one, which you can see now. And since then, things have been working fine.
It's a disturbing and dangerous development which the officials of the Standards Organization of Nigeria have continued to adopt measures to check the distribution of these bad products.
We have adopted International Electrotechnical Commission standards, IEC standards that have been adopted that we are presently using, and they are fully Nigerian industrial standards now. And those are the ones that have the parameters, the requirements that will ensure that all the changeover switches that we have, whether small, big, whether automated, whether manual, will meet the requirements of the standards. And what do we really look out for? Of course, we need to be sure that the insulation is high enough to protect users. We need to know that the material that is used in the live parts are pure, that they will not cause heat and they will not cause burning. And we need to know whether this equipment can stand environmental conditions, adverse environmental conditions. For instance, heat, how much of heat can affect it, dust, salt environment like Lagos that has a salt environment, how does it affect the system, humidity, and all of that, every environmental conditions, they are tested against them to ensure. And a particular changeover switch must meet the requirements of the standard. If it fails one of these parameters, it will be adjudged to be non-conforming, and it will not go.
The changeover switch is generally classified into 2 major types. They are the automatic and manual. While the automatic functions electronically, the manual requires a flip by the consumer between alternative power sources at the owner's convenience. The device comes in different colors and sizes with varied capacity.
Okay, changeover switches are majorly important. Main life component inside should be made of pure copper, whose purity should be about 99.997% to be fully pure, and then it should be free from, of course, if it's pure, then you will not have heating, but if it's not pure, that is when you begin to see, the live component inside will be heated up, and once it's slightly overloaded, you begin to see that even the insulators will begin to get burned. And those are the things that we'll look out for when we carry out the test of the changeover switches.
This is the 400 amp of the changeover. This is 225 amp, 3 phase. This is 160 amp, 3 phase. This is 100 amp, 3 phase. This is 225 amp, single phase. This is 100 amp, single phase. This is 60 amp, single phase. While this one is 30 amp, single phase.
According to SON's head of electrical, Engineer Cherry Achama, Physical examination is not enough to ascertain the quality of the changeover. This is because of the electrical components, which he explained must be tested and confirmed to be standard.
Where is it coming from? Does it have the indication of where the country that is coming from? What is the brand name? And what are the inscriptions? And again, if they are imported and they're registered with the Standard Segregation of Nigeria, that is one key thing that everyone must look out for. If it is registered, the mark will be on it, and then you can have the assurance that the product you are buying meets the requirement of the standards. But if it doesn't, then you should don't even buy. And if it is a made in Nigeria changeover switch, then you must look out for the MANCAP logo on it. That MANCAP logo attests to you that it has gone through the laboratory testings and it has been adjudged to be of quality and that you can have confidence in using. But if you are buying, you must ensure that you know the ratings of the changeover switch that you are buying. You must have an idea of what your loads are in the house, and then you must know exactly what the current requirement is before you can go ahead to buy. Because if you buy underrated, you can be sure that it will not last, it will cause issues, and then it can even lead to burning, and the house can even burn. So it is very dangerous, and as we often say, it's a life-endangering product. So we must be careful with how we select and how we use them.
Consumers must be guided to seek the services of experts before purchasing the electrical transfer switch.
That's why it's good to use a good engineer when you are building your house. Equally use a good electrician. You understand? That electrician will be able to specify for you. Even when other people by design will say, 30 amps we do it or 60 amps we do it. Say no. Listen to your electrician. The electrician will be able to give you the one that you are going to use. You say go for 60 amps. I'm sure that this one will be okay for you.
It's not just a technician, somebody that will tell you the truth. Most Nigerians now, they lie because of what? Money. And a lot of you want to make money. But everybody that knows, or somebody or someone that knows where he's going, will tell you the truth, because the little money he's making from you, you refer him. He makes more. The other person refer him. He's multiplying. That's why we call it turnover. I used to send electrical people to buy things for me. But imagine me as a civil engineer coming to market myself. Because what? I'm not depending on them anymore. What they buy for me is rubbish. And at the long run, 6 months, they keep on calling me back that it's burning already. They are using heaters in their house. It's burning already. So I come myself because I know what I'm buying from all my clients is original.
Although the market unions, working with relevant stakeholders, have continued to evolve strategies to check the distribution of bad changeovers in the markets, the unpatriotic and greedy importers still smuggle in these bad products through unauthorized points of entries.
What we are doing is not only for SON, but for ourselves. If we are talking about SON, what have we in the market? Assuming that they are coming from Ikoyi to come and buy something from here, and they find out that it's fake, will you come again? So we are doing something we know how to do best to make sure that such thing will be history here in this market. I always tell you, if you want to fight a man, just think I will fight you. Don't go and disclose how you're going to fight you, because if you do, we lose the fight. For now, my eyes on the ground to monitor what is happening in that side. I mean, they will not change over. So maybe by the next time you come now, I can hit my mind chest and say no or yes.
The agency's head of electrical assured consumers that the SON will continue to go after these importers, seize their bad products, and seek court orders to destroy them. This is apart from developing quality infrastructure to ascertain the quality of the changeover available in Nigeria.
I want a situation where in the future, when you see a son person, either in your market or in your shop or on the street, you bring him close to you and say, welcome, come, beer, let's talk. Because it's your brother, it's your friend. But I cannot be your brother if you don't know I'm interested in protecting you. Like they say, Onyewete son with Rando.
Welcome to the world of standard and quality, where we offer you information on product safety and quality. The program is Standard and You.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
You buy a product, realize it's bad, and sadly, you can't even trace the seller. You don't know if a product meets up with quality and safety parameters, but you use it anyway. Or maybe that product you purchased has expired, but you didn't even know. If this is you, you need to change if you want to buy right or buy quality products. How? Well, I'll be sharing 5 standard tips on buying right after responding to your feedback. Kachi Ozuru from Surulere says, substandard products in Nigeria is not only on electric bulbs, but in almost 85% of products in Nigeria. The roofing sheets that my father used to build his house since 1970 are still stronger than the new roofing sheets bought today in Nigeria. This could be the case of using the wrong thickness for roofing. Those same roofing sheets are mainly used for cladding. Isinizube from Yenegua says, I'm impressed with SON's orientation program for Nigerians on standard goods against substandard products. I also want SON to look into the problem of the sizes of building rods reduction in Nigeria. It portends a great danger of more building collapse in our country. A stitch in time saves life. Thank you so much. Very soon, this will be a thing of the past as serious efforts is being made, especially with the formation of the Special Task Force on Steel to take care of this situation. Titus from Ikorodu says, I watched your program on NTA and hear you talk about how SON is testing some of the products sold in Nigeria. So how do we come about those inferior, fake and substandard products sold around? They may have come into the country through unmanned routes or smuggled into the country and do not even undergo any laboratory tests. Dafe Fidelis says, what should I use to determine the correct standard of aluminium roofing sheets that I bought? Thank you so much. The minimum base thickness for any profile aluminium roofing sheet is 0.4 mm. Anything below this is considered to be substandard based on Nigerian industrial standard requirements. You can measure it with a micrometer screw gauge or vernier caliper to confirm. Rita from Port Harcourt says, I like your program. Thank you so much, Rita. It's nice to hear from you. Now to 5 standard tips on buying right. Avoid roadside sellers. Go to reputable stores where you can get genuine products. Check for ManCap logo on Made in Nigeria goods, SunCap for imported products to certify approval by Standards Organization of Nigeria. Read labeling information such as manufacturer's address, expiry date, instructions, warnings, and more for traceability and guidance. Demand for and insist on collecting a receipt as proof of purchase before leaving the point of purchase. Complain to the seller when dissatisfied with product quality. If not attended to, seek redress with regulatory agencies like SON because it's your right. There you have it, 5 standard tips on buying right. And that concludes this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. 0705972445 is the number to send in your messages to with your full name and location. You can follow us on any of our social media platforms. You can catch up with missed episodes online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Thanks and have a great week.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.